Welcome to the Missouri Woods and Water Podcast. Got Nate and Micah tonight, and number one draft pick of the 2020. Was that 2023 or 2024?
I don't remember that. We're gonna have to do another one.
Old news.
Who's number one? Whose pick was he?
He was mine.
That's right.
Yeah, number one. We got our buddy Calder here tonight.
Our buddy Calder.
Yeah. How we doing tonight, bud?
Good.
One of hopefully 2 episodes that we're kind of planning.
Right.
But we don't really know everything.
We'll see how it goes.
Tonight, our plan is, just for the listener, there'll be a intro that I'm going to do later on. But Brandon, say hi to YouTube world.
Hello.
Our plan is to do a show about night hunting, thermal hunting, our gear setups. A lot of people are always asking us what we use, thermal, gun, why. So be a good time to talk about that. Calder is a thermal hunting aficionado.
Yeah,
he's
definitely
good at it.
It's enjoyable.
And
he's probably run through most gear that any
a lot of people have
to
try out. So we're going to talk about that tonight, and then maybe next week or week after, we're going to just talk thermal hunting. Because by then it'll be close to the end of the season for Missouri. We'll have had you've had all the experiences. We're going hunting tonight after this.
That's right. Hopefully we get into it.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's a little bit windy, but I think it'll be all right. And then hopefully we'll hunt next week too. But
we'll just kind of talk about the thermal season, how it went.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. Don't know how long this one's gonna go, but it's just gonna be strictly about gear. Like I said, I can't tell you how many times we get messages. I'm sure Calder gets messages and asked all the time about, hey, what's thermal are you using?
Yeah.
Why'd you switch to this?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are on Facebook forums like MFK forum and predator hunting forums. I was just reading the whole thing, 98 comments today on a pulsar problem. And
about the customer service.
Service. Yeah, I read that today.
I saw that one.
And so, if I were like someone getting into the game of thermal hunting, it'd freak me out. Are you low? Do you need to go up?
No. I don't
Okay.
know. Just a little guy.
He's just like you, just tiny.
Yeah. So, that'd be a good – I don't know. There's a lot of questions for a new person, especially with the thermal itself. They're not cheap.
Right.
The rifles aren't cheap. I mean, I don't know how much money is sitting over there on that rifle. Your rifle that's, going out. Micah's – there's a lot of money that sits on thermal guns. I would venture to guess more money on a thermal gun than any day gun.
Yeah.
Definitely can be.
For sure.
If you're a person who likes to use nice rifles that all aren't cheap, thermals are going to cost more.
Although they're coming down in price.
They are.
They definitely are.
They are.
The barrier to entry is getting smaller. Yes.
And you can spend $3,000+ on a day scope.
Easily.
I don't. I spend it. I mean, I get nice scopes, but I'm not spending $4,000 on a Night Force or whatever else.
I'm not that good of a shooter to where I can justify spending that much.
Right. So what do we want to start with? Do we want to start with the rifle itself?
Yeah.
The thing that goes pew-pew?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, our guest always gets to go first.
Sure.
So let's talk about this year.
Okay.
What are you – do you just have one thermal gun or you got several setups?
He's probably got –
I have a couple.
What's your go-to? What's the one that if I told you can't shoot anything else the rest of this year, what are you –
Here lately I've really liked my 22 Creedmoor. So.
And you custom built most of your rifles.
I bought the parts. I gave it to Tim Moon down at Crescent Customs in Kansas City, and he put it together for me. It's got a 22-inch Spade Composites barrel, the Aero Precision Solus Action, Trigger Tech trigger, Manners LRH stock. Pretty nice setup, and just actually went to the Rick's DBH6 that I have on that. So.
Gotcha.
Is that their top of the line one?
The old 22 Bleedmore.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it? Because our buddy John Cope, he had a Rick's last year, but I don't remember which one it was.
I'm gonna bring you guys back to the rifle.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I skipped
It's
right
all
over
right.
that.
The old 22 Bleedmore.
Yep.
I read that today also on the MFK page. Did you see that guy's video? A guy posted the video. He shot it with the 22 Creedmoor, and he's like, "Look at all this blood."
Yeah.
Like,
as
yeah,
the coyote was running for 85
Right.
yards.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but
no
it
penetration
ran.
there, bud.
I think that was shot placement.
Yeah.
he probably hit behind the shoulder.
Yeah, it was kind of quarter
But,
two. I remember it.
Anyway, so is that a bolt?
Yes, it is a bolt.
So
bolt action.
gun.
I'm running a 77 grain Sierra Tip Match King at about 34.25 feet per second. So I've been real happy with the results on that.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. So you have other ones.
Yes.
What's your other gun?
I have a.
So that's your baby right now.
Yeah,
that's one you're liking the best.
Been running I started out with the 243 that was a Gibbs side charge build, carbon barrel, carbon stock, and everything. Been real happy with it. Don't have any complaints with it at all. I've got the XRF on that one that I'm running. So just decided to go to the bolt action. I'm not shooting so much with the bolt action. You know, with the AR, sometimes things get a little western.
Do a little spraying.
So, yeah, but I seem to be more bullets on target with the bolt action myself. So
I've noticed the same.
They're both accurate, but it just with the recoil and everything, it just is better to go for a bolt for me.
Yeah. Okay, and is that the only 2 setups you have right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we get to the thermals, we'll talk about the XRF and all the different ones you've ran, because I've ran 2 or 3 different ones now. Andy's ran two or three different brands. I guess Micah just one.
Besides just using buddies.
Yeah. So, but anyway, it's interesting to hear, because I guess we'll just move to me. I'm an AR guy for nighttime. Like, as my current setup now, this is my 2nd straight year with this gun. I'm shooting well with it, and I'm happy with it. And if you were to tell me what are you going to run at night with a thermal, it's going to be nothing but an AR for the rest of my hunting career. Mostly because if I need to do stuff quickly, I don't have to rack anything.
Right.
But first you got to rack it.
First I got to load it.
Yeah, you're supposed to load it.
You got to load it the first time, which normally I do. I was trying to be quiet and quick, and I should have just pulled the thing out of the truck like I normally would. But so I've got a it's a Wilson Combat upper and lower. It's a 6-arc, 16-inch barrel, Black Rain Ordnance, handguard, trigger tech. No, it's a Timney trigger. Magpul stock. I just actually switched the butt stock out right before our last hunt. My stock was crooked, like it was a plastic type of stock. It was a what was that?
Was it Magpul?
No, it was a Luth AR.
Oh yeah.
Which I liked.
Yeah.
But
just came loose.
Nothing. It was one of the ones where you could adjust the cheek weld in the thing. Right. Everything was down and in. So I'm like, I'll just go back to this. Got a sight mark laser on it, which I like quite a bit. And then it's got a rugged razor on the end of it for a suppressor, which for now will be the suppressor, or is the suppressor for my 2 gas guns. That'll probably change.
Is that a flow-through can?
No.
Okay.
It's a.
I mean, I would call it
reduced.
like a mid-range can.
Yeah.
It's not a very high-end can. It's fine. I run the same one. It's okay.
Right.
It's not the quietest one. It's not the best one out there, but it's not bad.
Yeah. It's a baffle style.
Yeah, baffle.
I'm definitely going to be moving to a flow-through.
Right.
Especially with
a little
the
cleaner
AR.
on the gas guns. Yeah.
That's my one complaint about it. Which it's a dirty gun anyway. It just gets filthy.
Yeah.
It will be better when that gas is no longer coming backwards.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the gun itself. Shooting 80 grain Hornaday ELD VTs, which is a new round for Hornaday.
Yep.
I will say this about them. We've said this on our show. The second coyote I shot with this gun, the first time we went out hunting, the second coyote I shot with these rounds, I shot one dog, and then 20 seconds later I shot another one. Micah was with me, so he can vouch. I thought I hit the bean field in front of the dog because it made such a loud.
Oh yeah.
And I thought I saw it splash in the field. Just it sounded like it hit dirt. It was so hard.
We love that sound.
And Micah says, no, that was his spine.
Yeah, like I'm watching it on mine.
Yeah.
And I saw like its spine come apart and come out of its body. I'm like, ooh.
And I'm like, no, I think so. We put the laser on the dog, after just to know where it was, because it was probably
about 120
yards away. So when we had to go grab the other dog while we were on the way, so we get there and no, it jacked the dog up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I shot one the next weekend, and when I hit it, it's the hardest hitting round I've shot so far.
It hits hard.
It hits hard, and so that's what I want at night. Yep. So I'm aiming for landing gear.
Yeah.
I want to break them down right where they stand. I will say, one dog. That was the one I shot at like 30 yards frontal. She actually dropped when I shot her. It's on our video. If you guys in YouTube world want to go look at the video, it's the one that's hopping through the tall stuff.
Okay.
She finally stops, and I shoot her at like 30 yards.
Maybe 30.
She drops, spins, and actually gets up and runs like 10 yards and dies.
Huh, yeah.
But didn't love that she got up.
Right.
But it was a 20 to 30 yard shot frontal, so it went through her and did some. It was nasty.
Yeah. He blew out the ass on
every
one
ass
of them
out.
coyotes last time we
well,
went.
one of them was an ass shot.
Well, yeah. Because
it was still moving.
Sure.
We did a countdown, and my dog started walking when they started counting down.
His dog was like 50 yards. Knew something was up as soon as we started.
Oh, you're talking about the other
first
dog.
one.
Yeah,
The
I'm talking about
hard
the one.
shot.
Yeah.
I mean, he did what he had to do, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I was on that dog. This is on our first one. So we had a dog come in downwind of us. We're not supposed to be talking about hunting, but
Yeah,
we will.
we're talking about guns.
We had a dog come in downwind. It left, so I turned on a fight. 2 came in. One of them stayed out, and I'm guessing that's the one that already caught our wind. The other one came in, and I was waiting to see if the other one would come in so they could get a shot. It finally spooked, so I was on the dog. The dog turned to run, and I just shot. And I thought it had turned enough where it was on its rear end. And I mean, the dog died right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But, no, the one we were talking about later on in the night, there was a double that came in. One of them two did a countdown. My dog started walking again, and so I had to shoot a moving dog and hit it a little back and dropped him, but didn't immediately. I mean, we thought he was dead, and then about a minute later,
Still good knockdown power on
it
it
attempted to get up and it got shot.
Sure.
So
I'm intrigued by the 6 arc. I'm actually building one now, so
I think you'll be happy.
to check it out.
I don't know how fast they're going. The chronograph the night I went to use it was dead.
I'm guessing low 3s.
But that's why I was shooting the 103s out of it. That's why I dropped down to the 80s. I wanted a little more speed. It's not the fastest round in the world.
See, I don't know why you don't at least go check those 55s you got.
53. There's 58s and
58s.
75s.
58s.
I
Just
will.
to see.
I will. I've got them.
The 75s that I put you onto the other.
The Druid Hills.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A long time ago, and you still haven't
Sit right
shot them?
No, you just got them up there chilling.
Just collecting.
I literally was gonna go sight them in with my new. I was waiting for the new thermal, so I hadn't sighted it in yet. And then Hornady drops the 80s.
Yeah. Which is a great round.
So then I bought
that
'em.
would be a good.
I would
good
prefer
shot.
a factory round.
Yeah.
That's just me being, I don't know.
We're not
Just
we're
me.
not we don't get Calder status yet and building our own shit.
I got too many kids.
Yeah.
And I'm chasing around, but so that's my rifle, Micah.
Howa M1500 22-250.
Very good.
I'll be honest, I forget what chassis I got on it.
Okay.
It's not the factory.
You switch your chat. Yeah.
I switched my chassis out. It's aftermarket. Running the Hornady Super Performance 50 grains, and it's been a thumper this year. So this is my first year running at night. I was running AR before that. The 6.5 Grendel, hated that gun.
I hated it too.
Yeah, it was a bad one.
I watched a lot of dogs go.
But everything I've shot at has just dropped.
Yeah.
Dropped dead. So
It's just a nicer, flatter shooting.
Dude,
than the
20
6.5.
I don't care who you are, what they come up with. The 22-250 will be in
It's
the
a
top.
staple,
It'll be in the top 5, if
Sure.
not 3 guns of best coyote rounds out there. So,
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm hoping to get another suppressor. Probably going to go with the Huxworth, and so I'm actually looking at the 22 arc or 6 arc on
Very
building
good.
one of those just to go to an AR platform.
I would
again.
like to see the 22 arc, just to see. You know, there's old Humfeld calling us right now.
Yeah.
You may answer it.
Nah, it's fine.
I'll
We'll talk
answer
to him in a minute. Okay, put him on the line.
Welcome to the Missouri Woods and Water Podcast.
We can't hear.
We're
Put him
recording.
on-
We're
put him on
recording
speaker.
live right now.
Put him on speaker.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We're recording right now. You done working?
I just shut the lights off in the shop.
All
Nice,
right.
nice. So you're going home.
Yes, I still have to go home and gather my things and.
This stuff is awesome.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
Sometimes
He sounds worn out. He sounds
Okay.
tired.
We are recording actually right now, like I said, and then we'll call you when we get out
Yeah.
and see where you're at.
I got your black flag ready, bud.
What?
Just give me a shout when you guys are done recording, and I'll see where I'm at.
All right. See ya, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, dude. So
I know
Did
YouTube.
you-
I know Podcast World really wanted to hear.
Yeah, right.
right.
Conversation.
Phone call, but Andy's been. We're gonna go hunting after this, and so we're trying to figure everything out. Okay, so yeah, the chassis is the only thing you've changed.
Yeah, change. I didn't change.
Oh, and you put a new spring in your trigger.
No, that was my.
Oh, okay.
That's on my Ruger American. I haven't changed the trigger. It's fine.
Yep.
You know, like I said, I do some stuff, but I don't get as deep in the weeds as you do.
Right.
Not yet. I'd
Right.
love to, because I do like tinkering with this stuff,
It's fun.
but I just not there yet, sort of thing.
Yeah. My biggest issue is triggers. So I am a straight trigger fan.
Okay. Yeah.
I like my trigger to be straight. I've got, for instance, my day gun is a 6 Creedmoor.
Two-stage?
And I prefer 2-stage. I like
Really?
to squeeze a little and then know I'm done
I want
after that.
as low a pull poundage as I can get. and
What kind of poundage you working with?
Oh man, you guys will have to check it later. It's in ounces.
Really?
You
Yeah,
should
it's
shoot
light.
my gun in one
It's
of them, and I'll
really
shoot yours.
light.
So I don't know that my Timney is a 2-stage,
Mhm.
but I know that I can give it a little pressure and know that anything else is done.
You better not breathe on mine because it's going
yeah,
off.
it's one of those.
It's right there.
See, those ones scare me.
It'd be like the
Yeah.
one our
Thing's
famous
got a
video.
hair- yeah,
That thing's got a
thing
hair
hurt.
trigger, man.
Those, they make me nervous.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those hair triggers, man. And it's probably just because I'm not used to them.
Yeah.
But just the safety aspect
Yeah,
of it.
for
you
sure.
know,
Yeah.
Like just even like carrying it around in the truck or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
you
I
know.
usually try to keep my bolt open if we're in the truck with
Yeah.
it for sure.
That
Just
makes
because it is
sense.
so light.
So anyway, my day gun's a 6 Creedmoor.
Okay.
I love it. It's a Springfield Armory Waypoint 2020.
Very nice.
But it's what I would call a half moon or a curved trigger. Just comes with the gun. It's a great trigger. I don't really.
Do they have trigger text?
Pretty sure it's a trigger
yeah,
tech.
I think they
Yep.
do.
But man, I've thought about putting a Timney in there just because I really like that straight trigger.
Well, trigger tech. Has
Trigger
them
Tech makes
also.
one too.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm just now that my ARs all have Timneys in them,
Okay, yeah.
so it's kind of like how same thing with all my rings on all my guns. I like using worn
Right.
Skylines. That's what I put on all my stuff. But sometimes it just feels foreign to me. Now it feels foreign because I do a lot more thermal hunting at this point in my life than I do day hunting.
Yeah.
Just because
That's when you have time.
we get done with the
Yeah,
kids,
yeah.
we can
It's
go.
the
Yeah.
easiest to do.
So anyway, so that's our gun setups. As you can tell from the listener that's thinking about building a thermal gun, we have 3 different guns that are actually 4, I guess, technically. I'm probably going to have a second gun next year. It is either going to be, and I can't decide what I'm going to do. I've got a standard AR, 223 AR, that has been sitting in my gun safe without a scope on it for 3 years now. I've also got an AR-10 22-250, just a little bit heavier.
Right.
I'm probably going to have a secondary thermal set up next year. I can't decide which one of those guns is going to be the one for people to take, or maybe me if I'm going to just feel bored. I feel like I'm going to lean towards the AR-10, the 22-250, just because I talk a lot of shit on the 223 at night.
Yeah.
I've had too many dogs
when
run
wa-
away in it with a 223 at night.
Right.
When was the last time you ran 223?
Gosh, I haven't ever ran a 223 to be honest with you. I
Really?
mean, I've got one sitting in the safe there, but I feel like for practicing, you just getting rounds down range and trigger time, it's fine.
Or
I feel like
I build another 6 arc.
yeah, there's just a lot better options, especially even in the AR-15 frame. I mean, the 22 arc, 6 arc, 22 nozzle even, which is kind of going away. But I ran that for a little while and
Yeah.
didn't have real good luck with the 55s. Dropped down to 53s, and I've had pretty good luck with that. But I like the AR-10, the 243. I like the 22 Creed. I like a little bit more smoke behind it.
22-250 is what
Yeah.
mine is.
See,
Which is funny. It's a smaller round than the 6 arc, but it's in an AR-10.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny how
See,
they
I don't want to run an AR-10. They're big.
they're heavier.
Man. They're
They're
heavy.
heavier, yeah.
And
Unless
you build it super light, you can. But,
right.
But yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It gets pretty pricey when you start getting into that stuff.
Right.
yeah.
But at the same time, during the day, that 6 Creedmoor has just been such a good performing
Oh,
gun
yeah.
that I don't see myself choosing that 22-250
Over that.
AR-10 over it right now.
No.
So I'm sitting there going, that AR-10 could become my secondary night gun.
Right.
And, or sell it. I don't love selling guns.
Yeah.
So
No,
there's all
yeah.
kinds of things going through my head. But that AR, the 223, it's the first gun I ever built. I enjoyed it. It
Yeah.
was the first night gun I ever had. And
I
like,
mean,
it
that's
was-
the first AR I ever had was a 223.
Yeah,
But
it's just like there's better options.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, as a listener, there's a lot of options. This is just what we run. Andy, gosh, what does he run?
he's got a 6 arc too, doesn't he?
Yeah,
but
he's
it's
running
it's
that
not
right
his
now.
first gun.
243.
It's 243
He
is his
runs
first
that,
gun. Yeah,
that one he got from DeWeese. What was that?
Oh, that Ruger Ranch or Ruger.
that's right. That little bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
He loves that thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good shooter.
Dude, yeah. And, I mean,
I feel like
tiny.
once Andy
Yeah.
puts a Huxworks on the end of his ARs, he's going to really change the way he shoots.
yeah, and we've talked about that
Yeah.
because him being a
The
lefty, the gas fucks with
Right,
him. I
right.
get it. I wouldn't want that shit in my face.
No.
But so that's that. We'll talk about the most important thing on the gun, which would be the thermal itself.
Okay.
So Calder, this is new for you this year.
Yeah, this year, I've been running about 3 weeks. So I'm running the Rix DBH D6.
And what is the parent company? Is it Rix?
I think it's just Rick's.
Rix, and I'm not sure if they're a subsidy of IRA or not.
That's
I'm
what I
not
was-
sure.
Or is IRA? Because IRA started a second brand.
And I don't know if
Yeah,
knock
it's
picks. There's
Knock
a couple
Not
of-
picks.
Yeah.
They started not picks.
Okay.
Or whatever. And those things are sweet.
Yeah, they are. That S60 and the
Yeah.
Ace 50R or whatever.
Yeah, like those are like 12,
I still would like-
12
I would still like to try the 1280.
Yeah.
that's a
IRA.
For
1280.
traditional style scope. I mean, they've got that DBH6 is it's more of like a brick style, like the
Like
Pulsar Trails and
the Rico and the
XRF.
Micro,
Yep,
the
yep.
Ricos, yeah. Which I actually, that was the first thermal I had was the Rico the Rico
Yeah.
MK1 from IRA. So I liked that best at first, but now that I've got the traditional looking one,
Right.
it doesn't bother me either.
I don't think it matters.
It
Like,
doesn't,
in
no.
my opinion.
No.
I don't-
What I will say, if anybody's looking for a thermal,
I mean, you will on your iRelief.
there we go.
Yeah.
I liked
So your
so
bolt
what I
guns.
liked about my Rico compared to my Athlon Chronos,
Mhm.
which I love the Athlon. My Rico had a larger screen.
Right.
So, like, it was just kind of easier for me to kind of look. Doesn't affect me now. I got definitely used to the smaller screen of the, traditional looking scope. But that was one thing that I liked about that block style was a little bit larger, screen for you to look through. Also eats up more battery,
Yeah.
brighter. There's negatives to it. But
Right.
So it's I'm assuming a 640.
Yes, it is.
LRF built in.
Yep. And ballistic calculations, and then it also has a laser inside of it that you can power on, and it has another crosshair that pops up and shows you.
That's pretty cool.
It's for recovery and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've got, like I said, I got a
somebody
laser
down
on my
range.
gun for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's perfect because it's right where the crosshair is going to be.
So did you do your ballistics calculator and
Yeah,
all that in there
yeah.
already? See, I haven't done that yet,
Yeah.
and I'm excited.
And it's worked. I mean, like I said, was telling you guys earlier, last weekend I shot 3 coyotes over 400 yards. And
How long did it take you? Did you just range? So
Yeah,
apparently
it's-
with the Athlon, which I don't want to get to yet, once you range it, it gives you a second crosshair.
Yeah,
And that's what it
exactly
does?
This is doing. Yep.
How long
As-
does it take to do that?
I mean, it's almost instant. I mean,
So
hit
you
it,
just
it,
boom and it shows up.
it drops a crosshair down for you for your holdovers and stuff like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty cool.
I think you can run in continuous mode, and whenever the range stops, then it will
For like
compute
20
something,
seconds or whatever. Yeah.
It's got to be shorter than that.
Yeah.
And then the other way, I just tap the button and it gives me the range and it's ready to go.
Hmm.
So
That's pretty nifty.
It is.
Yeah. So anyway, so the Rix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to know if that's just a standalone company or where
I
they
haven't-
came because I just started hearing about them really
Yeah.
this year.
I haven't done a whole lot of research on it.
I heard about that. They became popular last year.
DBH stands for Developed by Hunters. I think Dustin Williams had a lot to do with that and getting that going. I was turned on to it
Habitat
by
Works, Dustin Williams.
Yeah.
Look at him into
Yeah.
other stuff.
a
different
guy. Different guy. Okay. And then Trent Stewart,
Bless
turned
you.
me onto that. So.
One more. There it is.
Sorry.
But before that,
Sorry,
I was
sorry,
running a Halo XRF.
Yep.
I've had a few issues with it. Their customer service has been great. It still is unfortunate to have issues whenever your night season's
Yeah.
only 2 months long.
In Missouri.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
and I mean within a week they've got it sent back to you, but still frustrating whenever you get ready to go to tournament hunt or something
Yeah.
like that. And
We started talking about this concerning Halo this year. I can't remember who we were talking to. I think I might have been talking to Daryl about Made in America.
yeah,
And from what I know, at that time we were talking, there was only one company that made thermals that were made in America, and that was
Envision.
Envision.
And-
Well, Rick's is a Texas-based company.
Okay.
Texas. That doesn't
Yep.
mean they're made in
Right.
Texas. though.
Developed and manufactured thermals, night
And
vision optics
Envision's
from the ground
picture
up.
is great.
Yeah.
Like it's more aesthetically pleasing
To you?
to look at
Yeah.
for my eye, but they're just falling behind. They kind of
Well,
remind me of
it's-
Trigicon. Like they better step it
And
up.
their stuff's expensive.
It's
You know,
it's pretty
now-
high.
A lot of people would be willing to pay more for Made in America.
Right. And I think they're
However,
coming
you know,
out with a
when you
clip-on this year,
are they?
But
Yeah, at one point in time, like their stuff was double
Right.
everybody else is like, I bought an IRA MK1 Rico for $5,000
Right.
back when it was more, and your Envision was 9,000.
Yeah, when they first came out, they're 9,500. I think they've gotten marked down to about 7,100 now. But still, there's a lot of other scopes that have better features.
Yeah.
You know, and it's still great. But
Still, it does a great job. I
oh,
mean,
yeah,
I remember
I
looking
won't
through
get rid
that
of
the
it.
first
I
time.
like it. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I
That's what
regret.
Daryl runs, right?
Yes.
Envision.
Yeah, that's what he's got. All right, so we'll just keep going this way. So I've got, you and I are going to be easy ones.
Yeah.
I've got a Athlon Chronos Gen 2 version, which is this year's version, 640, has an LRF built in. The only difference between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 are the LRF being built in, and I can record audio and video just by touching a button on this one.
They added a different color.
And the ballistics.
Well, that they do the ballistic
And a color
thing,
palette. I don't.
different.
I just use white hot, so I don't care.
I don't know what kind of crazy person uses anything but white
Yeah,
hot or black
the
hot.
white edge or the black edge. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's odd, but
Some guys do though.
some.
I see videos.
I think
of 'em.
Blake Garrett.
yeah.
He runs a bunch of different colors. I'm like, dude, just knock that shit off. Just go to black hot or white hot.
Some people like to change it up.
I guess. I don't know. I don't like it.
But and the Athlon does have the ballistics calculator as well. I haven't used it yet because I really just put that on.
Okay.
Actually, it was 2 weeks into the thermal season.
What's the battery system on that?
It is so it's got an internal battery and then it's
Okay.
also got an external battery. It's
an
looks like an
18650,
18650, but
okay.
it's proprietary.
Okay.
Comes with 2 of them. We hunted that entire night in that 4-degree weather. I didn't even burn through 2 batteries.
Wow.
Never even used the internal battery on it.
We went through one external and then
Yeah, and then we're
Essentially.
on our second one.
It's got automatic nuke, or you have to
Automatic
Yeah.
nuke.
Okay. Yeah.
And the batteries, what's nice is it'll use that external battery. Battery dies, it just transfers.
Right.
And it's also got a USB-C charger on
if you
the
wanna do
thing, so you can plug it
battery
into the
pack.
truck if you want,
Oh,
or a
okay.
battery pack.
or if you want
Yep.
to run a battery pack.
Or if you wanted to run an external battery pack, yeah, you could do that. Really easy. So for me, the zoom, Andy has a complaint about it, and we'll talk about it since he's not here. Zoom is easy. So you can either push a button to zoom on the left, or you just turn the knob.
and, it
I'll just
steps.
Yep, and it
Okay.
steps it up.
Okay.
I will say I like the zoom on the Gen 1 better than the Gen 2. Gen 2 is a little more less touchy, takes more to get it
Right.
zooming. So it zooms less each time, I guess is the point. I love that.
Right.
And then pushing the button is your rangefinder.
Mm-hmm.
Andy doesn't like it because he is a lefty.
Right.
So he has to reach across the gun because his trigger is his left hand.
Makes sense.
He has to reach across the gun to zoom, and then a lot of times when he does that, you can change your color palettes on top by turning the turret. He hits it,
Yeah, of
it'll
course.
change his color palette.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched one of our kill videos a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I thought he was just going through
no.
and showing the different colors
Nope,
of the scope.
That's what we-
that
that's
was
what we're
him
telling
hitting
people.
the thing,
Yeah.
and he has to change it back, and he's just got to go through all
Yeah.
of them. So whenever you see a video of ours that the color palette changes 50 times, I
That's
guarantee
Andy.
you that's
Yeah,
Andy's
that's
video.
that's Andy.
I get that with him.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
being a lefty, it would be nice because the battery compartment's on the right side. It'd be nice to have an option
Yeah.
to have a left and a right. And
There's
then
not-
They can think about.
We shouldn't care about lefties that much.
No.
no,
I
we
mean,
should
weirdos.
The 2% of the population. But I wonder how many percentage of the population is lefty.
I have no idea.
Anyway, so that's my thermal, and then scanner. I guess we didn't even talk about our scanners.
yeah.
We'll go back, but my scanner on I don't even know the name of it.
It's the Chronos.
Is it a Chronos?
Yeah, it's a 400.
It's which is the highest level they offer on the scanner. It's got LRF in it as well. It's what I will say I like this about my scanner. It's constant scan on the LRF.
Okay.
So there's a little crosshair thing on your scanner, and it's always telling you what your yardage is. What I have noticed is I don't really necessarily need LRF on the gun other than the ballistics calculator because I've already got it on my scanner and I've already know what stuff is. You know, it's a handheld. It's a little bit larger. It looks like an old, like the original Pulsars that came out.
We've been talking to him. We're going to try to get it where we can helmet mount it.
That's great.
Not-
It'd be nice if it was a little smaller.
Right.
I had a Ricoh Micro back before I had this one, which originally was going to be a helmet mounted. That's one that you can either use it as a standalone, what do you call that? Optic.
Yeah.
A scanner or a clip-on. But I was going to use it as a helmet mount scanner, and I got this at the time. Need to have 2. Sold it to a good buddy, Pat.
Has he
So,
used it?
Hell, he
He
will
owns a
not
lot?
sell them back to me.
Oh, of course not.
How about that?
They're good.
They're
good.
terrific stuff.
Yeah,
and
IRA
so
makes good shit, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My previous thermal was an IRA Rico MK1. It was actually a 384, and you would never know it was a 384. It was Daryl to this day is like, I can't believe that was a 384.
I had a buddy send me a video of a 256 that's got some kind of AI algorithm on it to where it makes it look
Makes
like
it look better.
It like cleans it up.
It's
huh?
amazing.
Oh,
I was
wow.
really surprised. It was like $800.
Really.
I was just blown away. DNT, I
Damn.
think is who it was, maybe.
Huh. Darn
what-
tootin'.
I mean, not to go down a rabbit hole, but AI, once it gets in there and they start figuring
Yeah.
out what they can do with it,
So how it
that
cleans the
picture-
image up.
yeah.
All right, how about you?
I'm running the Athlon Gen 1, so not much has changed there. Like I said, you mentioned all the upgrades. It's been great, man. I like it. And the only since I got the same scanner as he does and I already have the LRF, I'm fine with the Gen 1.
Right.
The ballistics calculator, sure, it'd be
Would
nice.
be nice, yeah.
But it's not something that
What's
I'm
the base mag on those scanners?
2.6, I think.
No, the scanner's 2.5. Do not like that,
Yeah, really
especially on a scanner.
too much?
I would like a lower base
I'd like
mag.
a 1,
Right.
honestly.
Yeah,
I want to see as much as possible.
Yeah.
Base.
Base mag on the thermal itself is like 2.65, which is fine on a thermal.
Sure.
Yeah. I guess I'd like it to be maybe around 2, but on a thermal, anything under 3 I'm good with on the
Right.
actual gun,
Sure.
the sight itself.
Right.
But
Do you run picture in picture?
So the Envision stuff doesn't have that. The Rix does. Yeah. And
Do you use it?
I do use it on there.
see, I don't.
I started to the last few times I've been out, and so I put it up there in the right corner. I noticed if I put it up in the
It distracts you?
Yeah, if I put
Yeah,
it
see,
right
I
up
get
top.
distracted.
But yeah, I started running that the last few times, and I've been happy with it.
So what about your scanners, your scanning setup? I
So,
know
I
yours
was
is
just
totally
looking that
different than
up.
what we do. Yeah.
The Nox 35 is what I'm running on a helmet. It is a little bit big. It's a 2.5 base magnification, which I
It's
like.
about the same as ours. Okay.
But I wanted to get that because you could run that.
I'm
as a
surprised you
standalone.
like that with the helmet.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably be better to have like a Nox 18 or something.
Do you have
that
an
was a
issue like
1X.
when you're walking?
No, not
See,
too much.
Everybody I've ever talked to, which has really just been you and Daryl, honestly, they say as you're walking, like the lower base mag, the better for your eyes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just because
Yeah.
Well, it just doesn't.
it's weird for you to, have one eye normal and then another eye's 2.5 times
Right.
zoomed in.
I mean, there's a lot of times where I'll be hunting with guys that are 1X and they'll see something and they're like, "Well, hold up, what's that?" And it's like,
You
I
got
already
it.
know. I already
Yeah.
know what it is. It's a
That's
rabbit.
true.
It's a raccoon. It's
Right.
a deer or whatever. So those are some nice things. But I wanted to get that because if one of my other scopes goes down, I always have that as a backup to actually run on a gun and
Yeah,
all
because
that,
it's
so.
clip on or whatever. You can just throw it
It's
on.
a standalone.
Yeah.
It's not a clip-on, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
standalone.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
It's just got the QD mount, but
Yeah.
So that's what I'm running for a scanner. I think the Stride S6 would be a nice one to look at, something like that.
Well, have you paid much attention to those iRay micros since I had mine?
I have not.
Am I even saying that right? Was it the micro?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was a micro.
Yeah.
I just can't
I know
was a
iRay's done a
640?
lot. It was a 640.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think so.
They're pretty sweet. All right, tripods.
Yeah, that's the next. I guess if you're looking at a thermal setup, obviously the most important part is a gun, and you have to have a thermal. But then after that, the tripod would be the third thing.
For sure.
I mean, I guess
Gotta have a
because here's the
stable
thing,
wrist.
you don't have to have a scanner.
No.
It's not fun.
No,
Dude,
it definitely
sucks.
makes it a lot nicer.
It
Yes.
You're
sucks.
gonna miss
So-
coyotes. You're gonna miss seeing animals.
Yes.
all
without
last
having a
year,
scanner.
I didn't have a scanner, and like the times it wasn't too bad whenever I was hunting with somebody because they usually had a scanner or you had somebody covering something.
Yeah,
But when I would go out by myself,
It's no fun.
No.
It sucks,
but it's
man,
not
running
because
circles around your tripod
it's not
all night.
necessary. And like if you've got like the Athlon, most of them have apps. You can actually get on the app and
There you
just
go. Yeah.
scan using
Yeah.
the app. You just use your phone. It's not ideal, but once again, you don't have to have it.
Right.
You can hunt without it.
Go.
So
year
after
without.
that, most people at nighttime they're going to be standing up. I've never hunted sitting down at night.
No.
Even if it's bright out, we'll just find somewhere to get. I mean,
Somewhere
I've
in
always
shade,
stood up,
yeah.
right? So you're going to want a tripod. I don't know anybody there's plenty of guys out there probably that do hunt with something else. I don't know any of them. We all use tripods.
Yeah.
So you use
I'm running the Fat Boy Elevate, the 2-section, and then I'm using the Invert 60
sections.
ball head.
Is that the one with the? So I saw this at the Western Hunter Expo that they have the charge
they have a charging bowl in it.
Yeah, that is awesome.
It is. It's
So
a good
They have a
idea.
what?
It's a charging bowl. Like it actually hook up to your scope. And you
So
can run
it-
it with a USB-C port.
Yeah.
So
We
you
saw it when we were.
Oh yeah, you charge that up.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
when we were looking at the suppressors. The hell's what those called?
It was a funny name.
They were flow-through suppressors.
Yeah, it was like I can't remember.
Yeah,
It was a
and
funny name
pisses
though.
me
It was
off,
a
yeah.
newer one, but I can't remember. But I noticed that. I was like, is that fucking charging? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
man, you can just
Yeah.
do it. So I mean, if you're hardcore about it, you need that extra battery. That makes a lot of sense.
And that 2-section
Yeah.
seems really nice.
It's nice, and the Elevate has got inverted legs to where whenever you lift it up, it basically just drops the legs and sets them where you need them to be. So you don't have to get down there and mess with the legs. They don't cross when you're carrying them in and out of the field. That's a nice thing.
Yep.
I do have a leveling head on one of them, but it keeps coming loose on me. I'm not really a fan of the leveling head myself. I like the invert 60. It gives me a little bit more play, a little bit more angles and stuff. So
Yeah.
you never know when you're going to be on the back of a pond dam,
Mm-hmm.
and just angles there that you can get with the
What
invert
about
60.
yeah, I'm assuming you have an arc mount.
Yeah, all my guns I have ARCA plates on.
How do you tighten down?
It's just got a lever that
Lever,
cams over.
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So Mike and I think, are using the exact same.
Yep, we got the same one.
We have the Athlon CF29.
Yeah, it's the smaller one. Which
It's the smaller one. I like it. It's lightweight. I bet you it weighs about half of what your Fat Boy weighs.
I don't know about half, but it's definitely lighter.
I bet it's close to that.
It's like those girthy legs.
I get it. I get it.
what
He like 'em
stability.
thick.
Stability.
That's what she said.
However, there's things about it. This is being nitpicky
Sure.
because I love pretty much everything about that tripod. The only thing I've done with the tripod, the Athlon comes with a turnstile ARCA mount.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. It takes longer, so I added that. It's actually on my camera right now.
Okay.
So that's what I'm be hunting with tonight. I put that throw lever on there.
Yep.
Bought that off eBay for like $35.
Same style, yeah.
And that now I just slide my ARCA plate in and clamp it.
Yeah.
Whereas other people have to turn. I think you still have that
Yeah,
that knob on there.
I'm fine
Doesn't
with it.
bother him. Like he's still using that.
Yeah.
I love a few features about it. It's got a basket. I've used that all the time. I never thought I would use it, and I use that little thing all the time.
It's really
You
great.
keep your
at night.
snacks in there? Or what do you-
A lot of times I'll put my call down there.
yeah, there you
Or
go.
my call remote
Yeah.
because we were talking about how I have a handheld scanner, so when I'm calling, stuff's dangling, and
Right.
I'll put the call or the remote in there. Let's see, it's got 3 sections. That's one thing. I'm short enough that I need all 3 sections.
Right.
He doesn't. I guarantee you, he doesn't need all 3.
I do like a 3-section
do.
tripod in the daylight, give you a little bit more versatility there. Get
Yeah.
a little bit lower to the ground to start.
Which at
So
night
for me, it's just that one, because that third section you can see is just 4 to 6 inches out.
Right.
If there were just 2 sections, it would just take less time for me.
Yeah.
But
It's all about efficiency at night.
Yeah,
If
it's
you're,
just-
if you're tournament hunting.
yeah,
Sure.
just nitpicky. Nice ball head. It's an Athlon ball head. It's always been really good for me, and it does a great job. It's got some really cool features that a lot of them do. You can unlock the legs pretty easily and go all the way out with them. The carbon's really nice. It's got wraps on the top carbon so that you don't
hands don't get
freezing
cold.
your hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
some nice features that they did a good job thinking about.
However,
and
those will conduct electricity if you're crossing fences with them.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Was that from you?
No, it meant not. I don't know. If
Somebody
it's from me or
told us
not,
the
but
story.
What happened?
Somebody the carbon conducts electricity.
Yeah, it'll
Okay.
zap you.
Somebody put it on an electrical fence and
Oh, shit.
learned that they
shouldn't have told Micah about it
FAFO'd.
yet.
They FAFO'd. I fucked around and found out.
That's awesome. That's hilarious.
And then like we were saying, Micah uses the exact same
same thing, right?
so
Yeah.
tripods. So
I'm happy with
tripods. The next thing would be calls.
You have every one that's ever been made.
I have 2
I'm a
of the
collector.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a shelf with them in the background at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, I
There you
wish I
go.
wouldn't have sold him my Shockwave.
Yeah.
Can I buy it back?
No.
Damn. You don't ever use it.
I literally used it the other day.
One time this year. Anyways, so let's just go through them. There's a Fox Pro X24.
Sure.
That's
Yep.
we're talking about more expensive ones right now. You can buy stuff like Fox Pro Infernos. You can buy Shockwaves, which are actually not that cheap
Well,
if you
you're
think about
talking
it.
about expensive, you got to get that freak.
Yeah, there's
Like Burnham Brothers. Yeah.
there's cheaper ones like entry level ones. But what I'm saying to most people here is if you get into thermal hunting and you enjoy it, you're going to buy the cheap one, and then you go, this is fun.
Yeah.
And then you're going to spend more money on an expensive one, which is exactly what most of us do.
Right.
So depending on what type of person, you're either a buy once, cry once guy, or you're one that just slowly trickles and builds your way up.
So there's the Fox Pro X24. If you're going to get one of those, I would recommend going right through MFK.
Yeah.
And getting it loaded with MFK sounds as well.
Absolutely.
If you're going to do that. So there's the Fox Pro X24. There's the Shockwave.
The X-Wave.
There's the X-Wave, which they don't produce anymore.
The new 360.
Which is not out yet.
No.
And then there's the X48, which is coming, which is not out yet either.
I actually just got a CS24C this year. It's an older style one. Just a horn speaker. But
is that a Fox Pro?
Yeah.
Huh, I don't even know what that one was.
I remember that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. That one's
I would have been happy keeping my Shockwave and having the X24.
Yeah.
My Shockwave I like quite a bit.
Yeah.
It had some features that the X24 actually doesn't. I don't ever use them, which is Fox. What is that called?
Fox.
You can run two sounds at once.
Okay.
Fox Fusion.
Fusion.
There's Fox Pitch. I also don't ever use.
Right.
I don't use those features for whatever reason, just because I don't. I just use the call.
Right.
And I don't mess with them. So there's that. There's also Lucky Duck calls. I do own a Lucky Duck. I will be honest with you. It has not been used yet this year.
Andy's a big Lucky Duck guy.
Andy likes his. I've got a Roughneck. I learned that from you.
Yeah.
And I do like it. It's just my Fox Pro's got so many calls on it, sounds on it that I like, that I've been using it this year. It fits in my pack better than the Roughneck does. And so, once again, it just goes most of the time. So, Lucky Duck does make that Roughneck's a decent one.
Yeah.
If you're going to buy a Lucky Duck, I would probably just go buy it from Rick Pallet.
Yeah.
Palette.
Palette.
And I always say Pallet because he's going to have it loaded with a lot of calls too, which is where that Roughneck came. So what are some other ones that you like?
I've been running the some Wildlife Tech stuff. The Icotech has some good sounds from Bustin' Fur Audio. Tony TB, they've got some good sounds.
Can't you put Tony's on Fox Pros?
I believe you can put them on anything.
Yeah, you can put them on anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Rick Palette, they're kind of just Lucky Duck. Obviously, MFK is just Fox Pro.
Fox Pro.
So. Yeah, there's some that are proprietary to whoever they've got kind of a deal
that
with.
Iotech, that one's that loud motherfucker, ain't it?
That would be the Wildlife Tech one.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and that's the one you got punched.
It's old school.
So we went last year, and that thing is
loud.
Fucking loud.
It's loud.
It's loud as shit.
And hand calls, man. I mean, don't turn away from those.
At night, I don't keep my hand calls with me, to be honest with you.
Oh man, I do.
I don't. I need to start keeping them with me.
Yeah. We just went out the other night and set up. I'm howled off and heard where the coyotes were. Okay, we're gonna go set up this direction. Set the call out about 80 yards in front of us there with the wind blowing to us. Figured they're gonna circle right to us. That group shut up, never came. Then went to turn my remote on and didn't have my remote.
Oh,
you did that.
So I used my diaphragm MFK howler and we ended up talking 3 coming in, and we got all 3 of those shots. So
I need to do that. Now, the issue I have, and our fans make fun of me all the time. I can't use diaphragms,
right?
So I got to use external reeds, and there's not as much from a predator standpoint out there as there is like elk external reeds and stuff. I have found a few.
Some of the
not
Kerry
MFA.
Carver, the custom call makers, they've got some really
Fox
nice
Pro actually has a couple howlers.
Right. Yeah.
Gosh, what is his name?
Phelps.
Real Game Calls.
Phelps has some too.
Real Game Calls. That's what I use for those wooden externals. They have a Predator one, which is technically a rabbit, but guess what you can do with it?
Yeah.
You can howl with it.
Yeah.
Same, just like you can with a lot of reeds. So, that's what I probably ought to carry in my pocket, because that one I can control that more like you would a diaphragm. Some of those external reeds I have a harder time howling with them, just because you kind of are sliding your teeth or sliding your mouth, and you can screw up.
Right.
And you can be like, ooh.
Well, coyotes sound like that sometimes, though. Man, they're not perfect. I mean,
oh, Bobby,
just let it belt. Get out there and howl with it. Give it a try.
But yeah, so those are some of the calls that you can go out and buy. I mean, you can probably spend as low as $300 on an Inferno, maybe even less than that.
Up to $2,000.
Up to I'm pretty sure
depending on how many sounds you get with the call. I mean, there's so many good sounds out there now.
You're gonna eat up with sounds. You're gonna want to buy a new sound. Like MFK's got. There's a new sound that they've got out that I don't have, that I want.
You got to be talking about the squeaky squeaky.
Squeaky squeak. Yep. And I don't have that because it didn't. It was already. It did not come out when I bought mine. So you can get crazy with it. But those are the sounds. Some other stuff that we like using. Drags.
Oh yeah.
So we all use different drags. We both you use a different drag than I do either.
I make my own.
A buddy of mine, Austin, who is a friend of our show, made me a drag that goes across your body and then hooks up to the couch, and I just walk. You use.
I like Randy Webb's the pocket drag. I mean, it fits
got him in the
my
basement.
Pocket. It's a nice nylon strap with a steel cable. I mean, that thing is indestructible. If I could just keep Cody from losing him, then we'd be good.
Idea. Well, I've got like 3 of them in the basement. Yeah. And then you made your own out of a paracord and a
dowel rod.
Yeah.
So I just took a dowel rod, cut it where it fits in my palm, wrapped it around there or whatever, and I, just put it on there or whatnot, and made it as long as I wanted. And I made a deal too. So just
for calls.
Yeah. No, not for a call. Well, I did that for my scanner. So,
that's
a
right,
lanyard.
Yep.
Lanyard, but I wanted it real short because I didn't want it fucking bouncing around
right.
or whatever. I can just throw it in my vest because I'm usually wearing a vest. But for my drag, I made a strap too, and I can and it's got a little like key hook.
Yeah.
Or keyhole, whatever you want to call it. You put your keys, and then you can throw your dowel rod through it, and then I can just drag it like that.
Very good.
So I mean, you can make that stuff
hands
easy.
free.
Yeah.
Put your gun, your tripod back to the truck. Bring
Right.
a coyote with you.
Exactly. Nice and easy.
I'd like to give them a shout out, but I actually on my remotes and my scanner, I got one coming. There's a company called Yote Ropes.
Mm-hmm.
You can make your own, which Micah did, but I just spend $20 and move on with my day.
Right.
I don't know. 6 and 1 half does the other.
I like tinkering.
Yote Ropes makes a lanyard for calls. They make a lanyard for remotes. They make a lanyard for a little bit of everything. So I've got their deal on my remote and stuff like that. There's a dude that makes, I can't remember the name, Jason Nix, I believe is his name, off of I think the MFK group. He makes a remote holder for the tripod, which is the thing I showed you tonight.
It's
I haven't used it yet.
right?
It's 3D printed, $25 shipped.
Yeah. It looks nice.
It only fits that remote.
Okay.
So like my Lucky Duck remote, it doesn't fit it.
Right.
Well, I mean, yeah.
No, it
obviously
doesn't. I tried.
Well,
Now-
no, I'm just saying, obviously, because they're different brands
sure.
and everything.
So but they're also pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So, what else?
I think that pretty much covers
Trying to think of all the
everything.
gear we use while we're out.
One of my most useful things is I've got a little light on the side of my helmet, a little red glowing light, just helping you get,
Yeah,
you
to
don't want to trip
spots.
over sticks and fences,
Yeah.
whatever. that
Headlamps
you're
are
walking
important.
across. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
I've got a Peaks headlamp that just it'll be on this hat. No, not this hat, but a different hat tonight.
I got Duracell.
And it's got the red on there.
Yeah.
And it's
that-
kind of nice to have them.
I don't remember which brand that is, but you go through it. It's got several different settings, and it's pretty bright. I mean, on the white side and stuff.
Yeah.
So when you're tagging and stuff like that, so
Definitely need
Got
it for
plenty of
that.
light. You're gonna
Yeah.
need that at some point.
yeah,
So
crossing
light.
fences, that type of style stuff. So
You still got that fence crosser?
I do. Well, we still use it.
You
and
ain't died yet?
Not yet. Daryl was bad luck on that one. I think.
Have you impaled your testicles since
Yeah,
then?
That was no. Everything's still good.
Yeah.
but that was a scary
Daryl.
one.
Daryl told me that story on my ass. He said he never had a
Never.
problem, and then
One
literally
time.
go to use it 5
time.
seconds later.
That's the way it goes, man.
I always think about it when I get up there on top of that thing. It's
Dude.
like, gosh.
Ask Micah. I'm a faller.
Yeah.
I like to fall. So I don't like stuff in my hands when I'm crossing like gates or fences.
Yeah.
So like most people we'll put our tripods over,
Yeah.
and then I'll put like the call through the fence, and that way I don't have anything. Well, in the daytime, I went to a totally different pack setup because I didn't want my gun in my hand or anything with me. So that helped because I like falling over
Yeah.
fences. I think
It
me and
happens.
DeWeeze are similar.
You
in
get
that
caught on
case.
stuff. I mean,
It
yeah,
happens.
It just
for
happens.
sure, but
Yeah, and luckily I'm low to the ground, so usually the falls aren't very
that
long.
big.
But so yeah, we got those, and then obviously just your gear. I mean, get some warmer stuff. You're gonna
Yeah.
get cold if it's cold out. And
Yeah.
it's breezy. I don't know if it's calmed down any, but
Hopefully.
definitely some wind breaking.
But we talked earlier. Would you rather have 0 mile an hour wind or 15 mile an hour?
I'm at 15 for sure.
I want
if
some
I had to
type
pick.
of wind. Some
Yeah.
type of wind.
I think
Depends on the
15
temperature, I suppose. But
Tonight's gonna be
Dude,
decently
it's
warm.
gonna be nice.
Yeah, that Midwest tournament, man.
Yeah, that was
some of those were
4
terrible.
degrees. Fucking what was it? 15 mile an hour, 20 mile an hour winds.
Yeah.
It's
Although currently it's 41 degrees. It's not the warmest.
no,
right
it's
now.
not warm, but
Yeah.
it's not
that'll be fine.
not
it's not-
fucking 4.
I did wear my Zamberlin boots this year.
How you liking them, man?
Loving them.
Yeah.
I really like
Which ones did you give him?
The ones
the
you
BOA.
like. What's your favorite?
Mine's the Lynx.
Yeah, that's what I gave him.
They're amazing.
Oh, you got the same one as me?
Yeah.
I can't believe he doesn't like
Love
those.
them. I
Well,
like
it's my foot. My right foot is
Gay?
I guess. I guess.
No, that's my left foot.
No, but it irritated my heel on my right foot.
That's weird.
It was just my right foot.
Dude, that's what I'll be wearing tonight.
I haven't had any
They're
problems.
the
with
best damn
them.
things
Yeah,
ever.
I really enjoy them.
Best things ever.
I'm glad it worked out for you, man.
And that
'cause-
boa system, like that night when the other day we went hunting, it was really super muddy.
Mhm.
Well, that night, right after I played basketball, I had to drag all the way out, and I was about to die.
He was fishing so hard. He's like, "Please, somebody drag this
It
out
was
for me."
horrible.
I'm like, "You fucking killed
through
it. You're dragging it."
through a muddy field, dude. I was, and I had literally just got done playing basketball for almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
My legs were toasted.
Yeah.
And then I get convinced to go hunting. So anyway, you don't have to worry about your laces getting
Right.
caught and getting all muddy and
Yeah.
untying. It's just great. Yeah, if I were buying a pair of boots, I would buy the Zamberlan Lynx with the
Yeah.
BOA system,
Been real happy with those.
LYNX. They are expensive, but you get what you pay for. I've had them for 5 years. My feet have still yet to get wet.
And if you don't use them for anything other than hunting, they'll last
That's
you a
all I
long
use them
time,
for,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh, dude.
They're not work boots.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it a
Don't tear 'em
thousand
up.
times, but like I have, so that's all I wear. I have the tennis shoes. I have I have a few different pairs and styles, and they've lasted longer than any other.
I mean, those are
type.
5-year type boots.
For
At least.
sure.
And they can actually be resold by a cobbler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get them done. So, anyways, yeah, that's kind of the gear. Like I said, our hope is to talk to Calder next week. Maybe not next week for you. So just remember that as we're talking.
After the hunt.
After the hunt, I feel like we're gonna be
It's
tired.
gonna be rough.
We might talk before, though.
Well, after this hunt.
After this hunt, for
There
sure.
you go.
We're gonna talk more strategy and
Where the season's
our
at.
buddy Calder is a great thermal hunter in our opinion. You know, he always seems to do good. I learned a lot from him the first time we ever went out. I remember like he got loud with it. Like we used to keep it low, and then we talked.
Scream at
we
him.
listened to him,
Yeah.
and then our buddy Tory Cook is one of those like I don't keep
If
it
they
under
can't-
28,
yeah,
man.
no.
Like, have
Yeah.
you ever heard a coyote lightly
No.
howl?
Mm-mm.
Any animal? Have you ever heard a rabbit start like this?
No.
No.
Yeah.
They
I'm fucking dying.
they're yeah. So
Yeah, well,
he
I
makes
mean,
a great point.
yeah.
You know?
If you listen to the Fox Pro one that just came out, they covered that a little bit
Do they?
or whatever. And actually, I
I'm a
think
couple
they
weeks
even,
behind on that one.
they mentioned that I think they were going to talk about that specifically, like
Okay.
sounds and like volume and stuff.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Well, Tori talks about that in our hunting coyotes with shotguns episode we released a month or so ago. So
Yeah.
if you want to listen to what Tori has to say about volume. And you know what? Ever since that show, I've been keeping it at minimum 28 on my MF or my Fox Pro, and on everything.
Yeah.
And I just start out 28, 30, 32. I think he says he keeps between 28 and 32 almost all
Well,
the
he's
time.
actually tested the coyotes right beside him. And he said,
Literally.
yeah, X24 is
Yeah.
this is the volume they need to be at to mimic that
sound.
decibel level
Yeah.
that they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and not to copy them, but they also said he's like, I've never had a coyote get spooked by the sound. He's like, he might not like the sound that you're playing,
Correct.
but
The-
and they might jump,
The volume.
but it's not.
They
it's-
didn't like something else. Yeah.
right.
yeah, it's
right.
not the volume.
Yeah,
Of course, you can't ask him either, so it's hard to say.
Sure.
But,
but he's the one I would listen to.
Yeah.
Like
so
Tori says something, I'm like, yep, that's true.
to circle back around on that, we're going to definitely talk strategy with Calder. Calder is, I can bet you money, killed more coyotes this year than me and Micah combined. Although I've had a good year,
We've had a good
I will
year.
say.
Killed some
But
dogs.
I know in one tournament you've almost killed as many as I am on this year.
I've had some help. I got some good shooters on
You
my
got
team.
some good
man,
shooters, yeah.
For sure.
We were gonna Cody, we're sorry we didn't invite you, man, but we would have had 5 in the truck tonight.
It
Yeah.
would've been rough.
Although we could have, but 5's a little much.
He said he'd sit in the back. He didn't care.
Did he?
I always sit the back of the truck in the bed of the
I'll be
the
honest.
dead cows.
I mean, I didn't. Even,
Micah, seriously? Are you serious?
Well, I didn't even know we were talking to him.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how it was going to work out. I want to hunt with Cody. I like Cody.
He's a good guy.
I've hunted with him
I bet
once.
he's a fun time.
I mean, Cody, Dylan,
No,
and
I have
Caden
not.
are all great.
See,
team
and I don't know
members.
Dylan or I've
I know Caden.
Those guys are shooters.
low Caden a little
Caden,
bit.
buy my Christensen 223, dude. Even if it's just for the chassis. Hey, just anybody, Christensen NPR 223 for sale.
There you go.
Just
There's-
reach out.
There's a Facebook page. I ain't going to mention it because I don't want it to blow up. There's a Facebook page you can post that
Why
on
wouldn't you want it to blow up?
because I don't want Facebook to know about it.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So
But yeah, so that's kind of the gear setup. If you have any other questions, listeners who might be wanting to get into thermal hunting,
message Calder.
Message us.
You want to give your cell phone?
Yeah, just go ahead and jot it down.
816. Message us, and if you have questions about Calder, we can always get you in contact with him too.
Facebook Messenger doesn't matter.
Yep, Brandon Calder.
You should just change it to our buddy.
Our buddy Calder. Yeah. It used to be my buddy Calder.
Yeah.
Which is from Andy, and now it's our buddy Calder.
He's everybody's buddy.
He's everybody's buddy.
Yep.
And if you ever, Brandon loves doing tournaments. He's at those a lot. He's happy to talk to you.
I'm happy to talk with. A lot of times, probably guys think I'm a jerk or something, but I'm just tired. We're out from the day. You know, a lot of times we're working
Sitting there
full,
being happy.
full Fridays and then
Yep.
going hunting all night. I mean,
That's what he did tonight.
Miserable.
Yeah.
By the time I get to check in sometimes, but don't mean to be rude. If you have any questions, I'll try to talk to you. my sentences might not make sense at the time, but we'll try to get together.
Well, it's 8:15 as we're sitting here right now, and we're going to go hunt some coyotes. So hope everybody enjoying the show. We're out. Brandon, thanks for coming on, man.
I appreciate the opportunity, guys.
See you, buddy.